between Baylor and A&M.
He said it, 76 meetings between the two, the longest opponent that Baylor has played. I mean, just incredible to see, even though they're in two different conferences now, to see this continue.
I'm glad the series continues, too. I think it's fun, and the crowd tonight will bear that out. It's been a sellout for over a month, so great crowd here for this matchup in which Cambry Kreger will get the start for the Bears. She has been, I'm going to say, the #1 for Baylor, but Peyton Tanner is right there also. But Kreger will be handed the ball to start against the 11th ranked Aggies.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Both of those girls carrying a lot of the weight in the circle. Two transfers that really made the difference for this Baylor team. Kreger looking to do some damage against this A&M team today.
Here's the lineup she'll face for the coach Tricia Ford and the A&M Aggies. Kennedy Powell playing third base, leading off. Talon Edwards at second base, batting second. Maya Perez, we talked about, the first baseman. She'll bat third. Michaela Wark, the DP, she'll bat fourth. Ariel Kowalowski, she'll catch and bat fifth. Kelsey Mathis out of Midway High School here in Waco. She'll play center field, batting sixth. KK DeMint, the shortstop, batting seventh. Paisley Allen in left field, batting eighth. And Frankie Razel will play right field and bat ninth for A&M. And we are ready to go. First pitch of the night by Kreger. Delivered plateward, and it is just outside. Ball one to Kennedy Powell.
Well, Kreger pitching a ton of innings this year for this Baylor team. She's got her work cut out. The offensive prowess of this team up and down the lineup. There's a reason why they're ranked number 11 right now.
Yeah, about a .358 team batting average for Texas A&M. Perez at the top there. We talked about her third best average in Division I at .453. Kennedy Powell is over 400 herself at .434. Baylor in tight on both corners. 2-1 count now on Powell. A&M leads the all-time series over Baylor pretty substantially, 54-20-1. And you add those up, and it's a lot of games between Baylor and A&M through the years. 79 degrees and partly sunny at first pitch tonight here in Waco. A little bit of rain earlier, but a lot of blue sky overhead right now. Here's a grounder past Tovin into center field. With that drawn in infield, Powell delivers a leadoff single.
Well, Powell doing exactly what she does best, is being that leadoff hitter. Nice solid ground ball through the middle. She doesn't even have to use her speed to beat that out. Makes that look easy right there.
So Powell aboard a leadoff single. Here's Talon Edwards to the plate, the second baseman for A&M. Aggies in, is that black? Is that a dark maroon? Is that black?
Black,
It
yeah.
is black, isn't it? I am a little colorblind.
Are you really?
Yeah, a little, not bad. Yeah, you can see there, it's the black uniforms for A&M on the road. Talon Edwards, the senior. Left-hand hitter facing the righty. Cambry Kreger. Pitch. Hit hard but foul, wide of first base. Baylor in tight on the corners again.
Well, and Edwards, a senior transfer from Oklahoma State, so getting a piece of the SEC this year.
A couple of OSU transfers on this A&M roster. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That is just high and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Baylor lines up this way defensively. It's Avery Waddell behind the plate. Kagan Marshall at third. Amber Tovin at short. Faith Piper at second. Leah Cran at first base. Here's the 1-2. Just reaches out and pokes it into left field. Pass short. Boy, 2 balls, not really hard hit, either one of them, but 2 singles to start the game.
And not 2 bad pitches really left by Kreger. This A&M team really reaching for those and not having to do a lot with it, but just finding holes.
Outfield for the Bears, Savannah Pogue in left field, Brooklyn Carter in center, Samaya Jones in right. That's how Baylor lines up defensively. Here is Maya Perez to the plate. Kelly gave you her impressive numbers on the season. Led with a .453 batting average, a .934 slugging percentage. 14 home runs, 42 RBIs. And neither of those are team highs. It's actually Michaela Wark, who is the team leader in home runs with 18 and RBIs with 60.
Well, that .453 batting average puts her third in the D1, all D1 stats.
Pitch to Perez, just outside. 2 balls, 1 strike to her. 2 aboard, nobody out, just getting going, top of the first inning. Baylor and A&M renewing a long-time rivalry tonight here in Waco.
Saw Baylor do it early this year with Texas. Not as far out of the Big 12 as A&M has been, but it's great to have them back here in Waco and see these 2 teams play again.
And I like that both coaches are willing to do it. It makes a lot of sense, you know, a midweek game, a good RPI game, good crowd game, you know, as evidenced here tonight. So
yeah.
A lot of good reasons to keep this long-time rivalry alive.
Well, when you're 90 minutes down the road, why not play that game?
Exactly. There are schools like, well, like Kansas State is an example. There's not many schools around there. I mean, they would kill to have an opponent, you know, in non-conference that's 90 miles away.
I would think the same thing in Ames, Iowa.
Yeah,
also.
yeah. 2-2 pitch to Perez, just off the plate. Now full count with Powell, the lead runner at second. Talon Edwards at first base, both with singles to start this first inning. Gambry Kreger delivers the 3-2. That one skips in, ball 4. Perez walks to load the bases.
Not a bad idea right there, especially when you look at her numbers and what she can do with 1 swing of the bat. You got 2 runners on base ahead of you. Not necessarily want to be pitching on bases loaded with no outs, but you also don't want to be down with a crooked number already.
So that'll bring Michaela Wark to the plate. 42nd walk this season by Maya Perez. So teams have pitched around her quite a bit this year.
Well, and when you do that, you have to have somebody behind you that can produce. And you look at the numbers of Michaela Wark, and they're just as dangerous, especially when you're looking home runs.
Yeah, she is the big power bat for A&M. Not the only one, but 18 home runs, 60 RBIs, and a .365 average for Michaela Wark. At the plate with the bases loaded, nobody out in the first inning. Wark, one of those Oklahoma State transfers. Called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. You mentioned Baylor played home and home with Texas earlier this year. There's played a really tough schedule in and out of conference. 1-1 gets past the catcher. She's coming home. Late charge. Oh, she's safe. Boy, I thought Kreger got her hand as she reached for the plate. A little bit of a delayed start there. Powell coming home from third. She had to go because Edwards was almost to third base from second. See if Baylor might ask for a review here. What's the delay there?
Yeah, hesitated, but man, Kreger does a great job getting on that hand right there.
Well, I think she's out if they look at it.
Her body is there, but Kreger does a great job of putting her hand right, that tag right there on her hand.
It's a great shot by our crew. If it's reviewed, the umpires will have a good look at it from several angles. Don't know that they've asked yet for an official review of that play. Our umpires tonight, Frederick Ewald behind the plate. Garrett Knowles at first base, Dustin Douglas back of third. I think they're not going to ask for a review. Here's a close-up look.
Oh, man, great tag. Is her hand underneath that,
Maybe
too?
it was. Maybe it was. That's as close a look as you're going to get.
Well, that's as close a tag as you're going to get.
So no review there. Run home. 1-0 lead for A&M here in the top of the first inning. Powell scores from third. Edwards moves up to third, Perez to second. Michaela Wart continues at the plate. 2-2 pitch to her. High and away, it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Passed ball is the call that got the run home for the early 1-0 lead by A&M. This one hit, glove by Toven, off her glove into center field. Edwards will score from third, and it's a 2-0 lead for the Aggies here in the first inning.
Just a hard hit ball there to shortstop, but Amber Toven kind of just throws her glove out there. Her eyes aren't down on that ball and almost looking ahead at the next play. Very uncharacteristic of her.
So we'll see how they rule that. You think that's a hit?
I think they're going to give her an error.
An error on the play, all right. Yep, there's the first error on the board on Baylor's side. So Wark aboard on the error on shortstop Amber Toven. And a 2-0 lead for the Aggies. Here is Ariel Kowalewski to the plate. Kowalewski, the catcher for A&M. 2-0 count on her. Still nobody out here in the first inning. 2 runs home and runners on the corners for the 11th ranked Aggies.
Baylor really needing an out here. They have a force at second.
This ball looped into the gap in left center. Tracked down by Carter. 1 run scores. And an RBI double off the bat of Kowalewski for a 3-0 A&M lead in the first inning.
That is a solid double right there all day long. That hit does not get much better than that. Krager leaving that ball up in the zone. You can see that screwball low rise, and Kowalewski just tackles it.
So 3-0 A&M on top. There's a conference in the circle. The Baylor pitcher, catcher, and infield. Baylor having fallen behind 3-0 before an out is recorded.
I think we're going to make a pitching change here.
So a short stint by Krager getting the start against the Aggies.
I think they kind of knew all along it was going to take more than one pitcher against this Aggie team, and when you're in need of an out right here.
Peyton Tanner coming out of the Baylor bullpen. We'll take a break, give you her numbers when we come back. A&M with the early lead over Baylor. Pitching change for Baylor in the first inning before an out is recorded. 3 runs home for Texas A&M on 3 hits and an error. This is Peyton Tanner out of the Baylor bullpen. She is the sophomore, the transfer from Tennessee, originally from Lake Jackson, Texas, home of Doug McNamee, Brazos Wood High School. So Kelly, Cambry Krager hands the ball to Peyton Tanner. We mentioned both of them early as being a good 1-2 punch for Baylor. We'll get a look at the second half of that 1-2 punch here really early.
You kind of figured they'd be a pitch by committee all evening and didn't think you'd see it in the first inning. You mentioned it earlier, Cameron Krager pitching 107 innings for this Baylor team this year. Peyton's right behind her with 76. So both of these 2 pitchers have really carried up the weight in the circle this year. And Peyton looking to help Cam Krager out here and get an out.
Still nobody out. Runners at second and third. A 3-0 lead. Kelsey Mathis at the plate. The Midway product lines it to left field. Tracked down by Pogue. Tagging and scoring from third is Michaela Wark. So a line drive sac fly off the bat of Kelsey Mathis produces the 4th run of the first inning. And that is out number 1 here in the top of the first.
Well, Mathis is doing something very uncharacteristic. When you have a pitching change, she's swinging on that first pitch. I mean, she's setting a standard of anything close, I'm hitting it. And sometimes you just want Peyton Tanner to pitch a little bit and see what she's throwing. And then this Aggie offense is all fight right now.
4-0 lead brings KK DeMint to the plate. DeMint, the sophomore shortstop for A&M. 1 down, runner at second. 4-0 lead for the Aggies. Pitch by Tanner just off the plate. Kelly, you'd know much more about this than I would, but sometimes when you make a pitching change, it's a different style, different approach. Does Baylor get that with the change to Tanner?
They do. It's definitely a difference between these two pitchers and their pitch tendencies and what they like to throw. Similar speeds, but you're going to see a lot different here with Tanner. Krager had that screwball, kind of worked in and out quite a bit and up in the zone. And Peyton Tanner's totally different. You'll see her down in the zone a lot. She's got a drop curve. And if she can get that changeup working, that's really her most effective pitch.
There's a fly ball carrying well, deep left field. That is gone. Home run, KK DeMint. A 2-run homer for a 6-0 lead for A&M in the first inning.
When she started jogging right at first base, she knew exactly that ball was gone for a while there.
Home run number 9. There's the celebration by the Aggies. RBIs 37 and 38 for DeMint on the season.
Tanner throwing that screwball, trying to challenge her in, and DeMint was like, I'll take that ball.
And deposited over the left field wall. 6-0 A&M with 1 out in the first inning. Here's Paisley Allen to the plate. Paisley Allen, the left fielder for the Aggies. Bases are clear now after the 2-run homer by DeMint. This Aggie team hits a lot of home runs. That's their 62nd on the year.
It's incredible.
They've hit a home run in every game but 8 this year. How about that?
I don't know which one's more impressive.
Yeah, right. 62 home runs for A&M.
Every single one of these A&M hitters, with the exception of their number 9 hitter, has a home run. That's pretty impressive.
Count goes to 2 balls, 1 strike on Paisley Allen. Allen, the 8th hitter to come to the plate here in the first inning, still just 1 out. Allen, a .241 average on the year. Tanner delivers off speed, popped up. Tovin calls for it, makes the catch. That is out number 2 here in the top of the first.
And that is that pitch that Tanner can throw that's most effective. So it's great seeing it close to the zone and getting Allen to swing on that. That's the pitch that needs to be working for her. Really keep these hitters off balance.
Brings up Frankie Vrajul. Vrajul to the plate for A&M, 9th batter to come to the plate here in the first inning. 6 runs home on 4 hits, 1 error by Baylor. Called strike, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Frankie Vrajul, sophomore from Danbury, Texas. Charges forward in the box. They appeal at third base. That's a strike, and that's strike 2. A&M winners of 5 in a row coming into this series. There is strike 3 swinging, and that is the inning. Aggies bat around in the top of the first inning. A 6-0 lead for A&M. Bears are coming to the plate. Well, Bears come to bat, bottom of the first inning, down 6 to A&M. Impressive first inning by A&M offensively. Now their defense on the field behind Kate Munnerlin. Munnerlin, a 5'7" sophomore from Los Gatos, California. We'll play Know Your California Cities with Kelly coming up in a bit. But Kate Munnerlin gets the start for A&M in this game this evening. A 3-4 record, her 7th start, 17th appearance. 3-4 record with a 5.94 ERA and plenty of offensive support behind her.
She's definitely been able to really pitch with the way this offensive produces. I mean, only getting 33 innings this year, has a 5.94 ERA, but a lefty in the circle, giving Baylor a good look right here.
It's the lineup for Glenn Moore and the Bears. Brooklyn Carter, speedy center fielder, leads off, batting from the left-hand batter's box. Samaya Jones in right field, batting second. First pitch swinging, strike 1. Amber Tovin bats third, playing short. Kagan Marshall at third base, batting fourth. Leah Cran at first base, batting fifth. Faith Piper, the second baseman, Batting 6th, Olivia Bittner, the designated player. She'll bat 7th. Avery Waddell catching, batting 8th. And Savannah Pogue in left field. She'll bat 9th. Carter lifts the fly to shallow right field. Gathered in there by Vrajul for out number 1. Bears with a .287 team batting average. Still playing without Carrington Dawson. Dawson out with the injury. Here's Samaya Jones to the plate. Jones, the right fielder, lashes it into the netting, foul on the first base side. Baylor coming off a weekend series up in Lawrence, Kansas against the Jayhawks. They won 1 of 3. All 3 games, 1-run games. 8-7 in the first game. Baylor won it 1-0 in game 2, then 5-4 in the third game. So we're right there, but they came home with 1 victory out of the 3.
A lot of fight in this Baylor team. It's just been a year where hits haven't fallen. They're hitting right to people, and hard-fought games, multiple innings.
This hit well to center field. That's over the head of Mathis all the way to the wall. Jones slides in with the double. That was a ball that was barreled up by Samaya Jones over the head of Kelsey Mathis in center field for a 1-out double.
Jones finally finding her swing this year. You can see her choked up on that bat, and she's just ready to hit something hard, and she does.
Played well by Mathis to get it in. So Jones at second. Here's Amber Tovin at the plate. Bears leading hitter among their available players. Carrington Dawson sitting there with a .372 average. Got Amber Tovin at .353.
I think what's impressive is she's got that .353 average with 41 RBIs.
Wow.
And you flip that to the leading hitter for this Aggie team in Maya Perez. She's got a .453 batting average with 42 RBIs.
Yeah, how about that? That's a good point.
So it's Tovin who's really had a great offensive year, but it's the timely hitting where she's really stepping up as a leader and making things count.
Samaya Jones at second base. That is her first career double. Pitch to Tovin, big swing and a foul back. Remains no balls, 2 strikes on Tovin.
What a year to have that too for Samaya Jones. At the beginning of this year, kind of playing in and out of right field quite a bit. Carrington Dawson goes out and she kind of wins that spot out there in right field, and now that she's in the lineup, really settling down, and that swing's coming around.
Off-speed pitch by Munnerlin is up high. It's a ball and 2 strikes now on Tovin. The Arizona transfer to Baylor. Senior leader for this team at shortstop. Pitch just low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Tovin. Tegan Marshall waits on deck. Really good crowd here at Getterman Stadium tonight. This one is popped up in the infield. The shortstop, Dement, on the edge of the outfield grass, makes the catch for out number 2. There's a look in from our center field camera. Great shot there. Shows full stands at Getterman Stadium. That's a lot of fun. And again, another reason why it's a good idea. A lot of benefits when Baylor and A&M play each other.
You just think about how many split families are right here in Waco, and with
right.
the 2 schools being so close and such a long history between the 2. And I'm sure you can talk to anyone in these stands and say, well, my granddad went here and my grandpa went here.
Right. There's a lot of those connections. Tegan Marshall, the freshman from Robinson. Pitch up high. It's a ball and a strike to her. 2 down, runner at second is Samaya Jones with the sharp double over the head of the center fielder in straightaway center.
If you're not from this part of town too, like, you probably don't recognize just how deep these roots run.
Yeah. When at strike 2, not sure if it was fouled back or just bounced off of Kowalewski's shins. There's a guy in an Aggie shirt and a girl in a Baylor shirt next to each other. Our cameraman Chance wearing the maroon shirt tonight here at Getterman Stadium.
Remind me to take that up with him later.
Yeah, Chance, you didn't think you were going to slide that one by us, did you?
Is it Chance? Is that his name?
It is Chance. There he is.
Thought it was James.
Some call him James. I'm going to say Chance. Meanwhile, count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes on Kagan Marshall. This one hit well to left field. Allen's going back. That is gone. It's a home run. Kagan Marshall, the Baylor home run leader, adds 1 to her total. That is 9 on the season, and a 2-run shot in the first inning by freshman Kagan Marshall.
Well, you talk about a standout year this freshman's having, too. Like, she is not afraid to step in for this team and really make a difference. She swings that bat with abandon and just gets all of that pitch. Left belt high right over the middle.
Nice power swing there by Kagan Marshall for the home run. Tip of the cap to Mark Lumley right over the Coach Lum mentioned on the outfield wall. 2 RBIs for Kagan Marshall. Now a 6-2 game. Aggies with the lead. Baylor still batting in the first inning.
Well, as Coach Lumley would say himself, you got to crush the mistake, and that's exactly what she did right there.
7th home run this year that Kate Munnerlin has given up. Opponents hitting .267 off of her. Here's Leah Cran, capable of hitting it out of any ballpark. Off speed called strike 1. It's a ball and a strike to Leah Cran, the Baylor first baseman.
Munnerlin throwing a perfect game earlier this season for this Aggie team.
How about that against Kennesaw State? First perfect game for A&M in 21 seasons. That has been a while, and this lady in the circle right here, Kate Munnerlin's the one who hurled that. Shortened to 5 innings, 15 up, 15 down. Grand takes, called strike 3. And that is the inning. With the inning highlighted by a 2-run homer off the bat of Kagan Marshall. 6-2 Aggies going to the second. Looking into the Aggie dugout, there's Tricia Ford, their 4th-year head coach, St. Mary's graduate. Coached for 2 years at St. Mary's, 4 at Fresno State. She was at Arizona State for 6 years. Now in her 4th season at Texas A&M. Aggies coming off their first ever SEC tournament title a year ago. They were up to #1 in the nation a good portion of last year. Remember, went into the NCAA tournament as the #1 overall seed in the country.
Yep.
Great year a year ago, 48-11. Here they are again, 30-12 right now coming into this game with a 6-2 lead going to the second.
Impressive turnaround by this Aggie team.
Batted around in the first inning. So here's Kennedy Powell leading off the second. Had a single and scored on a pass ball in the first, part of a 6-run first by A&M. Reaches high and away, it's a ball, and 2 strikes now to Kennedy Powell. Sort of guides the ball, past third, pass short. Tovin keeps it in the infield. Boy, she didn't hit it hard, but it sure is effective, and Kennedy Powell is aboard for the 2nd consecutive at-bat.
She's able to find the hole. In the first inning, it was up the middle right here, this 5-6 hole right past 2 gloves. Get a little help from the umpire right there, looks like.
That is an infield single, 5th hit of the night for A&M. So Powell aboard at first. Here is Talon Edwards to the plate. Edwards, a single and a run scored in that first inning. Marshall charging from third. Cran even with the bag at first. Here's the 1-0. It's a bit high. It's 2 balls, no strikes to Talon Edwards. Edwards, a senior, the other transfer from Oklahoma State, a couple of them for A&M, playing key roles for this A&M team. Originally from Moore, Oklahoma. Called strike. It's 2 balls, 1 strike to Talon Edwards. Off speed, called strike 2. Well, she really changed speeds well on that pitch.
It's so fun to watch her when that pitch is working. It really leaves hitters speechless.
Off speed again. She gets a piece of it to stay alive.
Especially when you have a big bat like Talon Edwards, you know, just watching those last 2 at bats, you get anything close, she pulls that quite a bit. So now that you throw that off speed in there, it really throws her off her timing.
2-2 the count. Runner at first, nobody out. Home plate umpire Frederick Ewald grants time to Talon Edwards. Now she steps back in the left-hand batter's box. Pitch by Tanner. Times that one. Hit foul out of play down the right field line toward the Getterman indoor hitting facility. 200 down the lines here at Getterman Stadium, Symmetrical Park, 220 to straightaway center. Pitch outside. And now a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes on Edwards. Here's the 3-2 from Peyton Tanner. That is ball 4. 2 aboard for the Aggies with nobody out in the second inning.
Very similar to the same thing we saw last inning here. 2 runners on, now facing your top leading hitter in Maya Perez.
Perez with the walk that loaded the bases in the first inning. That pitch called strike 1 to Perez. And I think we both thought not a bad move,
Yeah.
even though it loaded the bases. Perez is that dangerous. 453 the average for Maya Perez. To throw down to second base, throwing behind Kennedy Powell. She gets back safely. Good idea by Waddell, throwing down to Faith Piper. Avery Waddell behind the plate. Green pants and the gold uniform tops on a gold out. There's one right back to the circle to third for 1. Heads up play by Peyton Tanner. That ball was on her in a second and made the right call to get the lead runner at third base.
Almost looks to second right there, hoping to get a double play and get some more outs in this inning, but does a great job of getting that lead runner and the first out of the inning.
You know, she did look to second first. No, neither Tovin or Piper were there. She would have had to throw it quick, and so I think in her mind just switched and said, hey, let's get the lead runner at third base. Well done by Peyton Tanner.
Fielding her position on a hard hit ground ball too.
First out of the inning here in the second. Still runners at first and second. Michaela Wark to the plate, reached on an error in the first. First 5 hitters reached base for A&M before the first out was recorded in that first inning. Swinging strike 3, throw down to second again. Back safely is Edwards. But a strikeout by Tanner of Wark for out number 2.
You talk about those last 2 outs being the first 2 outs of the inning, but by some of the best hitters on this Aggie team.
Yeah, no question. Working through that lineup is a real challenge for Tanner and the Bears. 2 down now, runners at first and second. Here is Ariel Kowalewski.
There's a lot of syllables in that one for you.
Her name fits well. Sometimes name fits on the back of her jersey. Sometimes you got a lot of letters. You have to put it in a semicircle. That's straight across back of her black Aggie jersey. Strike two. It's a ball and 2 strikes to Kowalewski.
Got to go the Arial Narrow font.
Right. RBI double by Kowalewski in the first inning. This one's grounded to first. Leah Cran will take it herself, and that is the inning. 1 hit, couple of runners stranded, middle of 2. Aggies lead by 4. Baylor's all-time winningest coach, Glenn Moore, 26th season at Baylor, 30th overall for Coach Moore for Women's College World Series appearances. Season has passed the 1,100 win mark total in those 30 seasons. You see 966 of those here at Baylor. But a very solid, stable program year in and year out under Glenn Moore here at Baylor.
He's having an impressive career and he's done great things here for Waco and the Waco area. And he's got a great team behind him, too.
Very solid staff. Brittany Sneed-Newman is the associate head coach, pitching coach. Luke Jonigan is there. Megan Diaz, Danny Price for Baylor. It's a tremendous group, coaching staff and support staff for Baylor softball. As Faith Piper leads off the second inning for the Bears, down 6-2 to A&M. A&M with the lead on the strength of a 6-run first inning. Munnerlyn delivers. That pitch is up high. It's a 2-0 count against Piper. Faith Piper, the sophomore out of Katy Cinco Ranch High School. Munnerlyn in the circle. 2-0 pitch by the lefty, called strike 1. All right, we said from Los Gatos, California is Munnerlyn. You are well versed in cities, locations in the state of California. I've heard of Los Gatos. Don't know where it is.
It's up near the San Jose area.
Here's a fly ball to right field. That is carrying well. It's high off the wall. Piper to second and beats the tag at second base.
And she gets underneath that tag, too. That ball was hit hard, so hard off the wall, just a couple inches from being over the fence, but able to leg that out for a double.
Here's another look at it. Watch how close this ball is from going out of the ballpark.
You can just see how well she sits on that ball, too, and lets it get deep in the zone.
That close for her second home run of the season. Instead, it is a double for Piper, her 10th on the year. And it's a pitching change for A&M. Leadoff double by Piper. That's the night for Munnerlyn. New pitcher coming on for the Aggies. Give you details when we come back. New pitcher on for the Aggies. This is Grace Sparks, the senior right-hander from Dayton, Texas. Played at Crosby High School, transfer from Ole Miss. So Grace Sparks takes over for Kate Munnerlyn after the leadoff double by Baylor's Faith Piper to start this second inning. So Munnerlyn's night is done. She leaves with a 6-2 lead. And Kelly, there are some of the numbers on Grace Sparks for the year.
You see just 13 appearances here. It'll be interesting to see how she throws. I mean, Munnerlyn had a great season coming into this, and this Baylor team has kind of figured her out. And so this Aggie team now gets another look to see if what Sparks can throw can stunt this Baylor team.
Switch from a lefty to a righty here in the second inning. First batter she'll face is Baylor's designated player, Olivia Bittner.
You got 2 leadoff doubles in the last 2 innings for this team, and Faith Piper doing a great job of getting that ball, hitting that ball hard, getting herself in second. And Bittner now with a chance at an RBI.
Got 3 hits by the Bears, all extra base hits, 2 doubles and a home run. Bittner shows bunt. Here's the pitch by Sparks, pulls the bat back, and it's a called strike 1. A&M 30-12 on the year. They are 11-4 in the SEC. That is alone in 4th place. in the SEC standings. Bittner tries to bunt that one, but chops it down foul. Coming off a sweep of, if these numbers are not too stale, coming off a sweep at Ole Miss over the weekend. A&M has actually won 4 of 5 SEC series this year. There's a one-hopper to short. Shortstop Dement waits on it, then throws out Bittner. No chance for Faith Piper to advance from second base.
Oh, and even with that extra bounce, she had to step back to make sure to field that correctly. Still has a chance to get Bittner with that throw.
Strong throw by KK Dement at shortstop. Here's Avery Waddell, the Baylor catcher. First pitch, inner part of the plate called, strike one. Leadoff double by Faith Piper. It's a home run by a few inches in right center field. She stands at second base. Waddell back to the circle. Sparks will go to first. Get the sure out there for out number 2 as Piper moves on to third.
You're right, Piper did have that incredible hit to lead this inning off, and hoping it's not in vain. Savannah Pogue here given a chance to possibly get her home.
Savannah Pogue to the plate, 9-hole hitter for Baylor, left fielder. Sparks delivers, there's a swinging strike one. Pogue, another of the local products for Baylor. She's out of Crawford High School. Always a plus, isn't it, when you can bring somebody on the team that is from this area. I saw, I'm not kidding, half a dozen folks with Pogue jerseys on when I was coming in tonight. So that's fun. She's got her own cheering section here.
Love that.
Great program at Crawford High School.
Between her at Crawford and Kagan Marshall, we saw with a home run earlier today from Robinson. Some great local standouts. Harper Haas also getting some playing time this year at Midway High School, from Midway High School.
One to the count on Savannah Pogue. There is a called strike 3, and that is the inning. Leadoff double by Piper. She's stranded at third. Through 2, a 6-2 lead for A&M. On to the third inning here at Getterman Stadium, a 6-2 lead for A&M. We're joined by Tricia Ford, fourth-year head coach at Texas A&M. Coach, welcome to Waco, and what a great start, that 6-run first for your team.
Yeah, absolutely. I was very pleased with how we came out, ready to go, and now it's time to have another one of those innings.
Well, you've had some great seasons back-to-back with this team. What specifically about this team excites you?
Yeah, I just think they're a group that's really started to grow together. I think it's taken us a little bit of time, but I really like how they play together, how they play for each other, and how we're developing.
Offense maybe is the headline for this team. How do you feel about the other parts of your team?
Yeah, I mean, I think, pitching, we had a rough first inning, but, Grace did a great job of coming in there and putting out the fire. But, we have a lot of options. We have some good ball, and, just got to keep working.
Coach, we'll let you go. Thank you very much.
Thanks and gig 'em.
All right, appreciate it. That is Tricia Ford, fourth-year head coach at A&M. 16th year overall as a Division I head coach. St. Mary's product from where? Fremont, California?
Fremont, California.
Originally. Coached at St. Mary's, her alma mater, Fresno State, Arizona State, now A&M. She'll be a part of the USA softball coaching pool this summer, which is pretty cool as they train and play games and get ready for the 2028 Olympics.
That's a great honor right there.
It really is. Here is Kelsey Mathis, the Midway High School product, to lead off the third inning for A&M. Sac fly to left field, her first time up tonight. Mathis, a lot of fans in the stands, Aggie fans, plus Midway folks who remember her.
A lot of locals and a lot of locals tuning in, too.
Grounds it to short. Tovin to Cran, out number 1. So one down, first time tonight. Baylor has retired the leadoff hitter in an inning. Some of the folks in the stands here sell out. This game's been sold out for over a month. A lot of anticipation. Here is KK DeMint to the plate. All she did her last time up was deposit one over the left center field wall for a 2-run homer. Pitch is high and away. DeMint, home run number 9 on the season in the first inning. That 6-run first inning by the Aggies. Coach Ford, typical of a coach, she says, yeah, then we gave up 2 in the bottom. Bottom of the first.
And talking about how great their offense is doing, she goes, yeah, but we need to score more.
You need to keep scoring.
And can't disagree with her.
That's true. This one fouled off the overhang, bounces back into the crowd. Peyton Tanner in the circle for the Bears. Cambry Kreger started. Pitched to the first 5 batters in the game. Didn't get an out. Gave way to Tanner. Ooh, there's an off speed for a swinging strike 3. How about that off speed?
She's got that pitch working tonight. Perfectly located too, and not only keep her off balance, but really keeps it out of the zone and away from her bat.
Two down in the inning now. First 2 retired by Peyton Tanner. That brings Paisley Allen to the plate. Popped out to shortstop Amber Tovin for the second out of the first inning, her first time up. Two down, nobody on. Pitch skips in. Outside and low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike to Allen. .238 with that first inning pop out. Her current average swings through that one. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Peyton Tanner looks like she's really settled in.
She's found the zone and she's in a groove right here. That off-speed pitch is really working.
Did not miss by much, maybe a little bit high. Evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. With 2 outs and nobody on, we're in the 3rd inning, a 6-2 A&M lead. Chases that one out, number 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning by Peyton Tanner. Aggies go in order. We head to the bottom of the 3rd, a 6-2 lead for the Aggies. Tanner has steadied the ship here in Waco. On to the bottom of the 3rd here at Getterman Stadium. Aggies lead the Bears 6-2. Here's the season to this point for A&M. 30-12 record coming off the sweep of Ole Miss. They're 11-4 in 4th place in the SEC. Versus SEC top 25 opponents, they are 5-4. And look at some of those numbers. Impressive offensive numbers. Top 20 in Division I. Batting average, on base percentage, slugging. So they are having another really, really good season in College Station.
It kind of goes data right there to show you exactly what Coach Ford was just talking about. It kind of took them a while to kind of meld together as a team and really figure out what they're playing for and playing for each other, fighting for that. So as the season progresses and now that they're in the SEC play, like they're really coming to fight. Sounds like that offense has been going the whole time.
Here's Brooklyn Carter, pulls the bat back. That's going to fall in front of Rajul, the right fielder. A leadoff single to right off the bat of Brooklyn Carter. They've actually put their leadoff hitter on base, 2 of 3 at bats tonight.
Well, Carter making the adjustment from her last at bat too, were similar, but able to get that ball down and out of the air.
Brings up Samaya Jones, double to center her first time up, hit the ball on the screws over the head of center fielder Kelsey Mathis. So Jones 1 for 1 on the night. Pitch by Grace Sparks, chopped foul. It's no balls, 2 strikes on Jones. Jones, a sophomore from Pearland, played at Glenda Dawson High School. Transferred to Baylor from LSU following the Kelly Levesque Harrell path to get to Baylor. Ooh, throw down. Ooh, that's a close play. Almost caught her leaning the wrong way.
Well, Dawson smart to lift that lead arm up and really reach with that back arm. I think if she keeps that right hand in there, it gets tagged.
Ooh. It's just by her fingertips. Jones fouls it away. Megan Diaz in the first base coaching box. Glenn Moore in the third base coaching box for Baylor. Coach Diaz, Coach Moore. 79 degrees, a little bit humid this evening.
It's from that rain earlier.
Yeah. Pitch is low and away. Carter is running. She is safe at second base. Another nice slide by Brooklyn Carter as she steals second.
I think that's 100% her slide right there. That ball beater is waiting for her right there, and you can see the glove comes in and man.
Reaches with the left hand and gets to the bag. You're right, that ball clearly beat her to the bag.
Kudos to that first base umpire right there, Garrett Knowles, for being right there and able to see it too.
So a runner at second with nobody out. Count 2-2 on Samaya Jones. Keeps fouling pitches off. Grace Sparks with the 2-2 offering. This one's fouled the other way down the right field line.
Just getting her money's worth up there.
Aggies 6 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Bears 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 error by the Bears. All the scoring so far in the first inning by both teams. The 2-2 from Sparks, popped up left side of the infield. Dement will grab it on the back edge of the dirt infield for out number 1.
And after all those foul balls and just to pop up to the shortstop, you know she was wanting something more right there.
Trying to advance the runner, chip away at that Aggie lead. It was 6-0 after their first at bat. You know, that's the one good thing, I guess you could say, about a 6-run first. She's got a lot of at-bats to try to catch up.
Yeah.
Bears have chopped 2 off that early 6-0 lead. Amber Tovin flied out to center, her first time up tonight. Pitch by Sparks, fouls it into the catcher's mitt. Throw down to second base, where Carter is back standing on the bag. Brooklyn Carter is dynamic on the base paths. Fun to watch, so fast, with a daring about her.
Like, you just try and get me.
1-1 to Tovin. Oh, lays down a bunt. That's a beauty. Nowhere to go with it. A&M not expecting that and laid down beautifully by Amber Tovin. Bunt single. Runners at first and third for the Bears with 1 out.
Just an absolute beauty of a bunt right there. Waiting until the last possible second. And like you said, nowhere to go with that.
She didn't tip her hand one bit, did she? So Tovin at first, Carter at third. Here's Kagan Marshall to the plate. 2-run homer, her first time up tonight. Pitch by Sparks, outer part of the plate. Throw down to third. Tovin moves on to second. Catcher's indifference. The Baylor now with 2 in scoring position. Marshall hits this one to center field. Carrying well, drives Mathis back. Makes the catch on the edge of the warning track. Tagging and scoring from third is Brooklyn Carter. A deep sacrifice fly off the bat of Kagan Marshall. who has her third RBI of the night, and it's now 6-3, A&M with the lead.
Well, that was not an easy play for Kelsey Mathis out there either. You can see her kind of switching feet, really drifting back all the way to the warning track, and there was nowhere for her to make a play. Definitely had enough space in that hit right there for that RBI sacrifice fly and to move the runner over. Amber Tovin from second to third.
So another potential run for the Bears at third base. There are 2 down in the inning. Here's Leah Cran to the plate. Caught looking on a third strike, her first time up tonight. That was the third out of that 2-run first by Baylor. You think with the big deficit early, A&M a 6-run first inning, Baylor can't squander any opportunities like a runner at third base. They need to find a way to get Tovin home.
Got to capitalize on every single one of those. Well, and Baylor doing a great job with these runs this inning. A&M hasn't scored since the first, and so finally putting some numbers up that aren't reactionary.
Down of 1 ball, 2 strikes on Leah Cran. 2 down in the inning. Runner at third is Amber Tovin. Here's trailing 6-3. Hits are even at 5 apiece between Baylor and A&M. Grace Sparks gets the sign. And the pitch. And that's high and tight, ball 2. No mask for Sparks in the circle. That's a percentage of pitchers who wear a protective mask that don't. What do you think?
It's
more
becoming,
wear it than don't?
I think so now, this day and age.
For shots like that, right back to Sparks, gloves it, throws out Cran at first base, and that is the inning. Bears get a run, Strand a runner at third, end of 3 at Gatterman Stadium in Waco. Aggies up 6-3 on the Bears. All-time winningest coach in Baylor softball history. No coach in Baylor history in any sport has won more games than Glenn Moore. Down 6-3 right now as the Aggies come to bat in the 4th inning. First pitch, fly ball to right field off the bat of Frankie Vrajul, and it is caught by Samaya Jones. 1 pitch, 1 out.
You know, Coach Moore likes to say he has a lot of wins because they play a lot of games, and it's true. I mean, you think about a softball season and a baseball season, just how many games you play, especially if you go postseason, and you know, now you have a best-of-3 series, and then you have super regionals, and so there's a lot of softball to be had between January and June.
Well, and Glenn would add he's lost more games than any coach in Baylor history in any sport also. But tremendous, sitting at 1,105 wins now for his career overall. That's Baylor and LSU. And where did he start? Where was his first head coaching job? William Carey.
There you go.
Grounded to second, fielded nicely by Piper. Throw to first, retires the speedy Kennedy Powell for the first time tonight. The Bears get Powell.
Everybody's got to get their start somewhere. He's done a great job making it happen, but it's the consistency here at Baylor. I mean, 26 seasons here now, and
a lot of banners hanging here at Gatterman Stadium. The success of Baylor softball under Glenn Moore and his staff. There's Talon Edwards to the plate. Don't look now, but Peyton Tanner has retired 7 consecutive A&M hitters. Final 2 outs in the second. Got them in order, including a couple of strikeouts in the third. And the first 2 here to start the 4th. Just off the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike to Talon Edwards, who is 1 for 1 with a walk. Off speed, misses up high. It's 3-1. Big home week for Baylor softball. The game against A&M tonight. Then the Utah Utes come in. So you go from playing a team that you played second most all time. The team that you have not played much at all as Edwards draws the walk.
Actually be the first Big 12 matchup between these two teams.
That's true. That's true. We played non-conference series out in Salt Lake City 2 years ago, before Utah was in the Big 12. Runner at first. There's a fly ball deep and out of play down the left field line off the bat of Maya Perez. The dangerous Maya Perez. '76 meetings all time between Baylor and A&M. 6 total between Baylor and Utah.
That is both sides of the spectrum.
That
right there.
very much so. And it sort of speaks to the old Big 12, the old Southwest Conference, and the new Big 12. It may happen someday. I'm not sure Baylor and Utah will ever have the allure that Baylor and A&M has. Nothing against the Utes. 1-1 pitch to Perez. Off the glove of Tanner into center field. Did you hear that hit her glove?
Just a hard hit ball, and her first time on base tonight too. And there's a reason why Peyton Tanner wears that pitching mask.
Sure. Reached up, nearly had it. Would have been a big third out right there, but a single to center off the bat of Maya Perez. 2 aboard now for Michaela Wark. Wark 0 for 2 tonight. Did reach on an error and scored in the first, struck out in the second. Pops the mitt, called strike 1. Edwards the runner at second, Perez the runner at first. There are 2 down here in the 4th inning. Aggies look to add to their 6-3 lead on Baylor. All 6 of those runs in the first, nothing since, as they bat here in the 4th. Here's with 2 in the first. They added 1 in the 3rd. Pitch. Off speed and back out of play, right side.
So if A&M is the second most opponent, what would be the first against this Baylor team?
Let's dig deep into Matt Roberts' notes here. I bet it's in there. My guess would be Texas. What do you think?
That would be my guess too.
Yeah.
If you're just thinking the total history of Baylor softball.
Want to play trivia? We could have our...
We make our own trivia tonight.
That's right. Pitch just high, and that is ball 4, and a walk that loads the bases. First 2 retired, then 2 walks and a single have loaded the bases for the Aggies, with Ariel Kowalewski coming to the plate. So Peyton Tanner looking for that elusive third out here in the 4th inning. Pitch to Kowalewski is outside. Aggies catcher is 1 for 2. RBI double in the first. Grounded to first unassisted in the second. Back to the pitcher. Gloved by Tanner on to first. Out number 3. A&M leaves the bases loaded in the 4th inning. Bears come to bat, bottom of 4, trailing by 3. (6-3) lead for A&M here in Waco. Sold out Gatterman Stadium. So I was given those numbers wrong. I thought it had been sold out for a month is what I said. But since before the season started is what Coach Moore told us, this game has been sold out. A few empty seats here tonight, but a lot of anticipation, a lot of expectation for Baylor and A&M. And to answer the trivia question, we were both wrong.
Yep.
Matt Roberts corrects us. The most played rival for Baylor is Texas Tech. Then A&M is second, and Texas would be third.
You gotta love that, the Texas matchup right there too.
Yeah. Thank you, Matt, for that. Bears down by 3, 6, 7, and 8 due up to start the 4th inning. Faith Piper, first pitch swinging, lifts it into left field. It'll fall in front of Allen for a leadoff single.
With that Baylor versus Texas Tech matchup, they've played 88 games, and Baylor leads 62-26.
Wow,
yeah.
How about that?
Some of those Texas Tech teams did not have a Nigeri Kennedy, though.
Yeah. That's right. How the worm has turned, right? Bears put their leadoff hitter on base for the 3rd time in 4 innings. This one, oh, nice glove by the second baseman to get the force at second base. Well done by Talon Edwards. You think of a snow cone grab being a fly ball. That was a snow cone pickup by Edwards at second base.
Thought for sure that ball was going through. Such a hard hit ball. And somehow she gets that backhand right there and makes the play. It's incredible.
Really nice play by Talon Edwards. Baylor coaches were talking about how athletic this A&M team is. I think we saw an example of it right there on that play by Edwards. First out of the inning. Olivia Bittner now the runner at first. Avery Waddell to the plate. Waddell grounded back to the pitcher, her first time up tonight.
Well, if Waddell's really looking situational hitting right here. She's got, of course, you want to look at hitting behind the runner at first to kind of move her around, but you've also got a huge hole in that 3-4 gap right there as Talon Edwards is playing steps from second base. Oh, man, as a hitter, that's something you want to read your defense right there.
Rounded to third, to second for 1, to first, a double play around the horn. 5-4-3 double play by A&M to end the inning. Really impressive defense by the Aggies in this bottom of the 4th inning. The double play ends it. We go to the 5th. Aggies lead by 3.
See a lot of those top 25 ranked teams, and I mean, but how about Kansas right there? Picked 9th, finished 9th in the Big 12. Is sitting at a solid 3rd in standings behind some very impressive teams.
Playing really well. That's the team Baylor played most recently. Dropped 2 of 3 in Lawrence over the weekend. There's Kelsey Mathis, the Midway High School product. 0 for 1 with a sac fly tonight. Chops it foul at the plate. Kagan Marshall, close enough from third. She can tell what Mathis had for lunch. Now she backs up even with the bag. They and Savannah Pogue all played together on a touring team probably the last few years. So they're very familiar with each other.
All local kids and playing together, maybe not in high school, but travel ball for sure.
1-2 pitch skips in, evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kelsey Mathis. Here's the pitch by Peyton Tanner. That's up high, now 3-2 count. Tanner came on with nobody out in the 1st inning, taking over for Cambry Kreger, the starter tonight. Tanner has done really well. 3-2 pitch. Fly ball to right field. Samaya Jones makes the catch for out number 1.
Mathis making an adjustment right there. The last 2 at-bats, flyouts to left and center field, and so trying to sit back and not pull that pitch, but ultimately getting that fly out to Samaya Jones in right field.
Brings up K.K. Dement, the shortstop. 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer in that 6-run 1st inning. Dement, the sophomore from Selma, California. All right, Kelly. Oh.
Might have me stumped on that one.
Oh, really? Know your California cities. Selma, California. 1-1 pitch by Peyton Tanner to DeMint. Holds back, they appeal, and they say that is a strike. So now 1 ball, 2 strikes to KK DeMint.
There's that check swing. Oh, he definitely gets that front arm. She knows it right away, too. All right, so there's a reason why I don't know this.
Okay, and you use the Googler, right?
That's the Googler.
All right.
It looks like it's up north near Fresno.
Ah, okay.
So, or Central California. So.
Waves at that strike 3. The off speed by Peyton Tanner, so effective. Gets the strikeout of KK DeMint for out number 2 here in the 5th inning.
Tanner really working that low and outside pitch. That off speed is just really doing well for her.
So first 2 retired to start the 5th inning, just as it was last inning.
So we're going to have a pinch hitter here.
Coming up for the Aggies, this is Maddie Sony to the plate. I'm sorry, Maddie Sony. So Maddie Sony batting for Paisley Allen. Pitch by Tanner misses. Maddie Sony is a true freshman from, you want to guess? What state?
Texas.
Last name, no, S-A-U-N-I. She's from Hawaii. There is a swinging strike 2 ahead in the count.
I just went with the averages, John.
That's smart. Actually, that first pitch was ball 1, so it's now 1 ball, 1 strike to Sony. With 2 down and nobody on in the 5th inning. Ball 2 to the pinch hitter, the true freshman. A&M with 15 returning players on their roster from last year. That team that won their first ever SEC tournament title. Was the #1 overall seed going into the NCAA tournament a year ago.
That's pretty impressive in a year, an era, not necessarily a year of transfers and a lot of movement.
This one hit deep to center field. Carter is going back. She's at the wall. She's out of room. That is, I think that's a home run.
I think it falls back into the field off the net in front of the screen.
That was off that net, wasn't it? So a home run by the pinch hitter, Maddie Sony. First run for A&M since the 6-run first, and now a 7-3 lead for the Aggies.
And the freshman, too. Making it 3 home runs on the year. Yep, that's way high up on that screen.
It was. So didn't leave the park per se, but hit off the net in front of the video board for the home run. Second home run tonight by A&M. KK DeMint had a 2-run shot in the first inning. So the lead back to 4 for A&M, a 7-3 advantage for the Aggies. Here's Frankie Vragel, the right fielder. 0 for 2 tonight, 9-hole hitter for A&M. Stat that bodes well for the visitors from College Station. They are 25-1 this year when they're leading after the 4th inning. So you're saying there's a chance. 25-1. Rogel pokes it foul down the left field line.
I'd say those are pretty good numbers right there.
I would say. We're in the 5th. It's a 7-3 lead for A&M. 7 runs on 7 hits now for the Aggies. No errors. 3 runs on 6 hits. 1 error by Baylor. 0-2 pitch. Grounded to short. Tovin to Cran for out number 3. But a solo home run off the bat of pinch hitter Maddie Sony adds a run to the Aggie lead, now 7-3 over the Bears. On to the bottom of the fifth inning here at Getterman Stadium in Waco. A&M visitors from College Station up on Baylor 7-3. Beautiful sight looking in from that center field camera, and a great crowd here on a Wednesday night. I think Baylor dominates the crowd, but certainly a lot of maroon in the stands for this matchup. Yeah. A lot of it. 9-1-2 due up for the Bears, trailing now 7-3. That includes this pinch hitter for the Bears, leading off the fifth, Gianna Gussman, freshman from Riverside, California, will lead off for the Bears. Gussman batting for Savannah Pogue.
I know that one really well.
You know that one. There aren't many in California you don't know.
No. You know, but I've been in Texas longer than I've been in California, so.
That's true. You got those roots. You got those California roots.
I don't know if we should be advertising that when you're in Texas around here.
Oh yeah. Well, you beat the rush to
Thanks.
Texas.
Yeah, this is true.
You've been here a long time, and you made the detour through Baton Rouge. So.
This is true.
1-1 pitch to Gussman, chases that one up high in the zone. It's 2 balls and a strike. Speaking of Louisiana, Patrick Netherton's tuned in over there today. Voice of Northwestern State. Got a lot of pride in Glenn Moore, former tight end at Northwestern State. And you know the connections between the Baylor program and the Demons over there with Ty coaching. Jenny Isham Fuller, head coach at Northwestern State. That was fun when they were here in Waco earlier this year.
Little reunion, family reunion.
2-2 the count on Gussman, pinch hitting, leading off this fifth inning. Bears trailing 7-3. That is a called third strike.
Man.
Just must have caught the outer part of the plate for strike 3. So one down here is top of the order, Brooklyn Carter to the plate. 1 for 2 this evening. There's the bat out straight. Offers at it, strike 1 on Brooklyn Carter. Flied out to right in the first inning, single to right in the third. Stole second, came around to score what is right now the most recent run for the Bears, that single run in the third inning.
After some very fancy handwork at the bases. Diving back at first base and stealing second.
That's right. This is a new pitcher in the circle for A&M as well. Sydney Lessentine is out there. Lessentine, one of their top pitchers on the season.
Well, in innings pitched, she has carried the most weight there, the 102 innings pitched. Getting 18 starts this year. I'd venture to say that she is their #1.
I think you're right. You look at those numbers, you would think that. So Lessentine comes out to start this fifth inning for the Aggies. Third pitcher of the night for A&M. Carter gets it past the circle, and it hops over the shoulder of KK DeMint into center field.
You talk about bad hops, but you don't see a lot of them on this field, and that one certainly just shot up.
You rarely see a bad hop on this field, on this surface. So there is Sydney Lessentine, the sophomore right-hander. Alamogordo, her hometown. 27th appearance on the year for Lessentine. Brooklyn Carter aboard at first base. Here is Samaya Jones to the plate.
Alamogordo, home of the world's largest pistachio. Just recently went on a road trip, and we did some of the national parks, and
well, of course you did.
Yes. Somebody was telling us we were at White Sands, not
Yeah.
far, but a little further south. And they're like, you need to go to Pistachio Land and see the world's largest pistachio. And we're like, maybe another time.
Right.
It's a lot to see in New Mexico. We were heading to Arizona, but
So you didn't make the detour.
we did
to
not make the
Alamogordo.
detour. Maybe another day.
It begs the question, how big is the world's largest pistachio?
That is a great question.
Kyle, our producer, is going to look that up for us. Samaya Jones fouls it back. Jones 1 for 2 tonight. It's even at 7 apiece. Aggies lead in the run column 7-3.
There's a state park not far from there, too, that has a ton of petroglyphs, too, and I think they were...
Drawing the throw there is Brooklyn Carter, then dives back safely to first base.
They were getting us to go to this state park where you can see all these petroglyphs on the rocks, and then they were like, oh, Pistachio Land's right there, too. We're like, what did we just stumble upon?
Did you see the world's largest ball of twine?
I have
Anywhere
not.
on that trip? Whoa, here's a shot that goes to second base off of Lessentine, sort of directed to the second baseman, Edwards. She dives and touches the bag to force Brooklyn Carter. That was a fortuitous bounce there off the glove of Lessentine right to Edwards, who gets the force of Carter.
That's 2 huge plays by Edwards tonight. Right up the middle right there, too. Knowing these pitches and playing exactly in her position where she needs to be.
Brings up Amber Tovin for the Bears. Runner at first, 2 down in the Bears' half of the 5th inning, trailing 7-3. Oh, come on. Kyle tells us the world's largest pistachio is 30 feet tall.
3 stories of pistachio.
All right, you got to go back to
I'm going to have to go
Alamogordo.
back.
Yeah.
Can you go in this thing? Like, do you get to walk to the top?
Sure, there's a
Like
restaurant in there.
The Washington, they serve pistachio pudding.
Alamogordo night on the broadcast. Meanwhile, 2 down, Tovin looking to cut into that 7-3 lead for A&M. Maya Jones, the runner at first.
I don't know much about New Mexico, but I'll give you 2 things. Again, I haven't been to the world's largest pistachio. White Sands National Park was pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
But if you ever have to drive through it, we drove I-10 on the way west and then took I-40 on the way back. And I'm telling you, I-40 in that area of town is just beautiful.
Oh, wow.
The rock work, like, it's worth the extra bit of time if you're driving out there to stay on I-40.
All right. That's good advice. Travel tips with Kelly tonight. Pitch low and away, blocked by Kowalewski.
You can imagine all the trips I've made across the Southwest, being
Yeah,
from
that's true.
California,
That's true.
living in Texas for 25 years now.
On I-10, you can go forever.
You can.
You wouldn't have to get off I-10, really.
You really don't. And here in Waco, you got to get there somehow. So
Yeah. There's a grounder to third. Backhand grab, throw across for the out. Nice grab at third base by Kennedy Powell. The throw to first to retire Amber Tovin and the Bears in the 5th inning. On to the 6th. Aggies lead 7-3. Seven-3 game. Camry Kreger got the start for the Bears. Peyton Tanner came on very early in the 1st inning, actually before the first out was recorded. And Peyton Tanner has done very well against the hot-hitting number 11 team in the nation, A&M. Here's what Tanner has done in her time in the circle for Baylor. 5 innings pitched, giving up 4 hits, 2 runs, 5 strikeouts, and 3 walks. So the move to Peyton Tanner, Kelly, turned out to be a really good move for Baylor, even though it came in the 1st inning.
yeah, they were struggling to find an out right there, and Tanner getting that while letting some of those runners come through, but really settling in come that 2nd inning. And I think at one point she had 7 or 8 straight retired, which is impressive when you look at up and down the statistics of this team.
This is Kennedy Powell, the leadoff hitter for A&M, leads off the 6th inning. 7-3 lead for A&M over Baylor on the strength of that 6-run first inning for the Aggies. Only one run since the first, the solo home run by pinch hitter Maddie Sony in the 5th inning. Tanner delivers to Powell, swinging, strike 3. Well, she really has them off balance with that pitch.
Really is. I mean, just the movement on that ball, but it's the timing of it too. And that ball's nowhere near the zone and just can't lay off of it.
6 strikeout tonight by Peyton Tanner in 5 1/3 innings. Brings Talon Edwards to the plate. She is 1 for 1 with 2 walks, been on base all 3 times tonight. Scored a run in that first. Hits it hard, glove by Cran at first base. Nice play by Cran, 3 unassisted. Making the point, maybe some players, not just pitchers, should wear those masks out there in the infield.
Yeah. Almost, you talk about this snow cone grab earlier, but I think that's it. Throw the glove out there and hope that you knock that down.
Smile on her face. Nice defensive play by Leah Cran. 2 down in the inning. 3rd inning in a row that Peyton Tanner has retired the first 2 hitters in the inning. Now here's Maya Perez. Power hitting first baseman for A&M. Off speed, has her swing and a miss.
You could tell she wanted all of that ball too, and luckily Tanner took something off of that one.
Hit hard to a second. Piper playing deep second base, bounces off her glove. Perez will be safe at first base. Piper in the right spot there. Ball still got to her really quickly.
Really quickly, and she's trying to field that on the turf, coming off of the dirt, and a lot of different mixed turfs right there. And
yeah, dirt infield, turf all the way around the outfield and the foul territory area. Pinch runner at first base for A&M. Haley Golden will run at first base. Golden, the junior out of Pearland High School. So she's running at first. Here's Michaela Wark at the plate. Grounded to third. Throw across by Marshall. That'll retire Wark and the Aggies in the 6th inning. Bears come to bat, bottom of the 6th, trailing 7-3. Taking Marshall to lead off this 6th inning for the Bears, down 7-3 to A&M. All 3 runs tonight driven home by this batter, Kagan Marshall, including a 2-run home run in the 1st inning. So Maya Jones was at second. Marshall launched this one over the wall in left field. 2-run shot. Somewhat answered the 6-run top of the 1st by A&M with the 2 spot for the Bears in the bottom of the 1st.
sometimes that first run can be very elusive and you just fight all game for it. And Kagan Marshall made it happen with one swing of the bat. You kind of just, you see a totally different team when you have that first run scored, and you can kind of just tack on from there. And let's see if she can continue now here in the 6th inning.
That home run, her 9th of the season. That is the team lead. Next closest for Baylor, Leah Cran has 5, and Amber Tovin has 5. Most by a Baylor freshman since 2019. How about that for Kagan Marshall? With a good chunk of the season remaining. 2-run homer in the 1st, sacrifice fly in the 3rd, accounting for all 3 Baylor runs. Lessentine in the circle for A&M, 3rd pitcher tonight. Pitch fouled straight back. It's a ball and 2 strikes to Kagan Marshall. Lessentine delivers that one just a bit low. It's now 2 balls, 2 strikes on Baylor's Kagan Marshall. Lessentine twirls the ball, now into the motion and the pitch. High and away, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Marshall.
They are not letting anything close there. Living on that outside corner here by Marshall.
So here comes the 3-2 to the freshman out of Robinson High School. This one is popped up, maybe playable, third base side. Coming in is the third baseman Kennedy Powell to make the catch in foul ground for out number 1. Bears had 3 straight innings in there, the second, third, and fourth, when they put their leadoff hitter on base. Now back-to-back innings. First batter of the inning has been retired. 1 down, Leah Cran to the plate for the Bears. Cran 0 for 2 tonight. A pop in her bat as well.
Yeah, Leah Cran's one of those hitters where she swings a bat hard, and she does have a lot of pop in that. She's kind of been on the unlucky side where a lot of those hits have come right at the defensive players, and there was a small stretch there. She had a home run in every single game that she had played and was really hitting well.
So Haley Golden has entered the game defensively. She's now playing in left field. Golden, a pinch runner last inning. So Golden, the left fielder for A&M. And here's Cran facing Lessentine. First pitch inside, ball 1. Sydney Lessentine in the circle for A&M. Kate Munnerlin started the game. This one hit hard to left field and chased down by Haley Golden. Had to cover some ground out there in left, but Golden tracks it down for out number 2 in the 6th inning.
On that right there is what we were talking about with Leah Cran. Just a great piece of hitting. Gets around on that ball, sends it deep, but and Haley Golden, the new person out there, made a great effort tracking that ball down and retiring her.
Step in fair territory for that catch for out number 2. So 2 down, nobody on. Bears half of the 6th inning, trailing 7-3 to A&M. Here's Faith Piper. Piper is 2 for 2 tonight, a double and a single. The double leading off the 2nd inning was stranded at 3rd. The single leading off the 4th inning was erased on a fielder's choice. That great play by the second baseman, Talon Edwards. Pitch over the head of Edwards into shallow right field. Faith Piper is 3 for 3 on the night, and the Bears have a 2-out base runner.
I thought Edwards had reached up to grab that and made another incredible play. I don't know if the timing was off or it was just out of reach, but man, she made a good effort right there.
Yeah, she's made a couple of outstanding plays already in the field tonight. Runner at first, 2 down. Here's Olivia Bittner, the designated player for Baylor, 0 for 2 this evening. There was a point in this season, I think through 38 games, when Baylor had 38 different lineups. Remember that? And I think that has come to an end.
We had 1 repeat.
Is that right? Only
I
one.
don't know about that.
yeah. I mean, it's hard. 38 different lineups in a season. At some point, you're gonna run out of players. I think of that with Bittner, the DP at the plate. Lexi Warnicki's a pitcher, and she was in at one point as the designated player in a game.
Getting some cuts in, some ABs. seen a couple of different right fielders, a couple of different left fielders. I mean, for the most part, it's been consistent. Shortstop, second base, and then even first and third for the most part, it's been Cran and Marshall. Flip-flopped early in the season. Marshall was playing first, Cran was playing third, and they've settled in there. So as the season progresses and you start finding your groove, you're just looking for something that works.
Yeah, now Carrington Dawson out, not part of the mix. Here's the 1-2, popped up, foul ground, third base side. Here comes Powell in and makes the catch in front of the Baylor dugout for out number 3. There's with a single, a 2-out single, stranded at first. Still 7-3 Aggies. On to the 7th inning at Getterman Stadium. A&M with the lead, 7-3. New pitcher in the circle for the Bears. This is Sadie Ross on for the Bears, the sophomore from Carr, Colorado. Played at Eaton High School in Colorado. So Sadie Ross, the third pitcher of the night for the Bears, takes over for Peyton Tanner, who had a nice outing, really stabilizing things as she took over in the first for the starter, Cambry Krager.
There's been a lot of, you talk about 38 different lineups, and there's been different collection of pitchers through each of those too. And so Sadie Ross looking for some more innings and you know, just a little bit more experience in the circle as the Big 12 play continues. And you've seen so much of the weight carried by Cambry Krager and Peyton Tanner, and so needing some help with Sadie Ross and Lexi Warnicki. Yeah, we've got a mosquito in here.
Oh, I wondered what you were jumping from.
Not jumping. Just caught it.
1-1 count on Ariel Kowalewski, leadoff hitter for A&M, 7th inning. Aggies leading at 7-3 over the Bears. Sadie Ross wears that brace on her right leg, and that's because she has had 3 ACL tears, 4 surgeries associated with that.
Wow.
After the second ACL tear, she said that there was not enough bone to attach the tear, so they had to do a bone graft and then do the ACL repair.
Wow.
So 4 surgeries, 3 of those ACLs. She said that apparatus on her right leg has just become part of life. Very used to it.
Yeah.
She tells us from her hometown of Carr, Colorado, very northern Colorado. 10 miles from the Wyoming border, far north. There's ball 4, leadoff walk by Kowalewski. First batter aboard. Here's Kelsey Mathis, the Midway High School product, to the plate. 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly this evening. Ross also an interesting situation in high school. Went to a school in Eaton, Colorado that didn't have softball.
Oh.
And so she played, she went to one high school. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of it, but then she played softball for a crosstown rival, Eaton High School.
Huh.
And then for 2 years she did that and then transferred to Eaton. So she finished at Eaton High School and playing softball there. Her older sister had done the same thing, I think, for all 4 years.
Wow.
Remington did that. But kind of an interesting situation, going to one school, playing softball for another against
crazy.
a city rival there in Eaton, Colorado.
You don't hear that too often.
Right, right. Called strike, 1 ball, 1 strike to Kelsey Mathis, with Sadie Ross in the circle for the Bears. Ariel Kowalewski having walked. Pinch runner at first. Here's a single into center field. And runners at first and second for A&M. Ansley Gross now the runner at second base. Gross, the freshman out of Keller. So Mathis, her first hit of the night. Kelsey Mathis back in Waco. The 7th inning single that puts 2 aboard with nobody out. Here is KK DeMent to the plate. 2-run home run in the first inning for DeMent to put an exclamation point on that 6-run first inning by the Aggies. This is ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Sadie Ross delivers. This one line foul into the netting. 2 balls and a strike on DeMent. Since that first inning home run, DeMent has struck out twice. Both of those strikeouts by Peyton Tanner. 2 of the 6 strikeouts tonight by Tanner. Most she has had in a game since Incarnate Word. She's swinging. Strike 2 on DeMent.
Sadie Ross really spinning that ball right there. You think about the bat and what she can do with it.
This one nubbed foul up the third base line. Dragged in foul territory by Kagan Marshall. Shot looking in from the right field area. DeMent bats from the right side. Here's the pitch by Sadie Ross. This one is hit into center field, a base hit. Carter gets to it quickly, but rounding third and coming home to score is the pinch runner. And as the throw goes to third, DeMent ends up at second base. That was Ansley Gross who scored from second base. Aggies up their lead to 8-3 over the Bears. Now 2 runners in scoring position, still nobody out in the 7th inning.
Talk about a great piece of hitting right there, and not doing much with it, just putting a ball in play. And there's Gross with the score. But it was Kelsey Mathis with a heads-up speedy base running, getting all the way to third. Drawing that throw. She draws that throw to third, allowing DeMent to get to second base.
So that'll be it for Sadie Ross. She is headed to the dugout. Lexi Warnicki coming on for the Bears. Run home, nobody out, 7th inning. No, pitcher number 4 tonight for the Bears, Lexi Warnicki in the circle for Baylor, the junior right-hander. Lexi Warnicki is from East Bernard, Texas, East Bernard High School. And she takes over for Sadie Ross, who started this 7th inning. Has given up a walk and a couple of hits and a run to the Aggies to up the lead to 8-3. So now Warnicki comes on. And here it's a couple of base runners in scoring position with nobody out in the 7th inning.
And Warnicki hoping she can do exactly what Peyton Tanner did, was just come in relief right here and get the first out of this inning and give their team a chance to come back out and score some answer back.
And she'll face Maddie Sony. Came in as a pinch hitter in the 5th inning and parked one in center field. Home run for Sony. Infield is in for the Bears. Sony fouls this one back. It's no balls, 2 strikes. Maddie Sony 1 for 1 on the night. That solo home run to center field. That's here with 2 on and nobody out in the 7th inning. 2 runners in scoring position. Pitch is down low. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Pitch by Warnicki, misses outside. Count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bears playing Utah here this weekend. A&M. This is not stale at all. They'll host Mississippi State in College Station, a 3-game SEC series. This one to right. Coming on as Samaya Jones makes the catch, throwing home. Not in time. Tagging and scoring from third is Kelsey Mathis with the 9th run of the night for A&M.
Well, despite running in and being pretty shallow, Kelsey Mathis was able to score on that fly ball to Samaya Jones.
Sacrifice fly off the bat of Sony. And it's 9-3 now. Pinch hitter coming up for A&M. Marissa Perez is on. Perez listed as her hometown is San Antonio, Texas. It also says she played at Copperas Cove High School. Now that's a commute.
That is a commute.
I'm not sure the whole story there, but Copperas Cove in the Central Texas area. Marissa Perez batting here in the 7th inning.
Wonder if her family moved, like after she'd finished at Copperas Cove, her family moves down to San Antonio.
Maybe, yeah.
Be interested to know that story.
All right. You go talk to her after the game and report back to us. She bats here with a runner at third. 1 out, 7th inning, 2 runs home for the Aggies to up their lead to 9-3 over Baylor. So back past the circle, grounder to Piper at second, out at first base. Scoring on the play is Dement from third, and it's now 10-3 A&M.
Aggies doing a great job clearing the bases right there, not leaving any runners left on base. And I doubt they're done right now. Looking to just score some more.
Yeah, back to the top of the order, and Kennedy Powell 2 for 4 this evening. A&M has stranded 6 overall tonight. Baylor stranded 4 base runners. Powell with a couple of singles and a strikeout. Counts 2 balls, no strikes on Powell from Lexi Warnicki. Talking about Glenn Moore's background, played at Northwestern State, coached at LSU prior to Baylor. A&M won a series at LSU, road series in Baton Rouge, first time ever. A&M's done that. They've done that this year. There's a grounder to short. Tovin on to first. That'll retire Powell and the Aggies in the 7th. They add 3 runs. We go to the bottom of the 7th. A&M leads the Battle of the Brazos, 10-3. Yeah, nothing says Battle of the Brazos like that shot right there. A couple in gold shirts, surrounded by Aggie fans in the maroon. A lot of gold. Good to see Rose Flores there. There's Miss Cindy Neal there. Always great to see Cindy here at Gatterman Stadium.
John, you are the popular one in this area. You know them all.
Who doesn't know Cindy Neal? Come on. On to the bottom of the 7th. Baylor trailing 10-3 now to A&M. 8, 9, and 1 due up for Baylor. And Abby Flores will lead off.
Nope, that is Casey West.
I'm sorry, Casey West. You're right. Don't believe what you read on the screen. Casey West will lead off, pinch hitting to start this 7th inning. Batting in the spot previously occupied by Avery Waddell, the Baylor catcher. First pitch to West. This is inside, ball 1. With Sydney Lessentine in the circle. Called strike, outer part of the plate, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Aggies number 11 in the nation, alone in 4th place in the SEC standings. Back in conference play, hosting Mississippi State this weekend.
Battle of the Maroons.
That's right. Be a lot of maroon there in College Station. Popped up in the infield by West. Shortstop Dement calls for it, makes the catch for the first out in the bottom of the 7th. A&M has series remaining. Mississippi State this weekend at South Carolina, then Oklahoma at home to close the regular season. Baylor with Utah at home this weekend, Oklahoma State at home next weekend, and they'll close at Texas Tech before the Big 12 tournament in Oklahoma City.
It's hard to believe we're at that point in the season already.
That's true.
Final homestands and
wow,
talking about conference tournaments.
Yeah, not that far in the future. Gianna Gussman, pinch hit back in the 5th inning, struck out. Gussman, her second at bat tonight. 1 down, bottom of the 7th inning. Bears trailing by 7. Lessentine delivers. This one's popped foul, a dive, and just off the glove of Kennedy Powell, the 3rd baseman.
Giving her all right there, every bit of effort. She wanted that one too.
Last inning, Powell caught 2 pop-ups in foul ground, 2 of the outs. Recorded by Powell in foul ground.
It's a little tricky.
It's a 1-2 count on Gussman. Pitch up high, 2-2 now. Lessentine delivers. This one is chopped foul or lifted foul. Another dive by Powell over there. Can't get to that one.
She had a second chance and still couldn't get that.
That would have been a tough play.
That one was a little bit further out of reach.
She's moving a little slowly now after a couple of dives over there. Powell back to her spot, 3rd base. Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3. Gussman caught looking for out number 2 in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, on her second time tonight, too. That low rise on the outside corner, just same pitch, almost same pitch as last at bat.
So 2 down, Bears down to their final out in the 7th inning. Here's Brooklyn Carter, top of the order. Carter is 2 for 3 this evening. Kennedy Powell at 3rd base. She's had enough of this fun. Look on her face. Pitch to Carter's up high. It's a ball and a strike. Six runs in the 1st inning. Ultimately, looks like it'd be too much for Baylor to overcome against the Aggies. They closed it to 6-2, then 6-3. The Aggies have poured it on since then, now leading 10-3. Includes a 3-run top of the 7th for A&M.
That's what a lot of these midweek games are for, just a gut check, too. I mean, you take a different approach to the game, throw a different pitcher, and see what your team is made of.
Grounded to second, on to first to retire the speedy Brooklyn Carter, and that is the ball game. A&M comes into Waco, the 11th ranked team in the nation, knocks off the Bears 10-3 the final score. It is a renewal of a long-standing rivalry, but the 76th meeting all time between these two goes the way of Texas A&M.
We talked about just a lot of the different things that we saw tonight, but it was the offensive prowess of A&M that really consistently put those numbers on the board.
So both teams set their sights back on their respective conference play. Baylor hosting Utah, A&M hosting Mississippi State coming up this weekend. We appreciate your being with us tonight. For Kelly Harrell and our entire crew, I'm John Morris. A&M over Baylor 10-3. Thanks for watching the Big 12 on ESPN.